Welcome to National Hand Lettering Day. And so today we're going to talk about calligraphy, and that is my favorite way of doing any hand lettering. And I've tried doing foligraphy, where you just use a regular pen and just kind of make it look like calligraphy. And that's okay, but it doesn't give me the same feeling of Zen happiness. So what am I talking about? I am talking about those like amazing beta waves where you can just kind of zone out and you just kind of feel at peace and happy. And I'm not a touchy-feely person at all. However, I definitely see the benefits in meditation, but I cannot meditate. I can't stand it. It seems boring. It seems lame. It seems like an awful task to have to do. However, I do zone out, one, when I'm in the shower, because I love water, and two, when I am doing calligraphy, because I think I find it super soothing and relaxing, and I think it's fun, and the letters are pretty, so it gives me that same sort of like calm, peaceful beta wave feeling that I think everyone's trying to do during meditation. So couple things we're going to do today. One, we are going to talk about all the supplies that you need for Calligraphy 101. Now, this is a course I meant to teach for free like back in 2017, 2018, possibly further back, and then I never did. However, 2022 is the year of execution. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It doesn't matter if it's not like the greatest or even leads into a sale. I'm just going to put out all the things that I promised I would do because I am huge into just being honest and having integrity. So we're going to do that today. Calligraphy 101 runs just like Planner 101. There are 5 different lessons. I'm going to go over all of them today, as well as all of the supplies that you will need. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every day. Now, I have tried to move over to being digital only, right? So I made this big thing about how I am getting rid of all paper and I'm doing digital. However, I have not cleaned out my closet yet, which is like 50% calligraphy supplies. And over the years, I probably have spent $5,000 if I'm being totally honest on calligraphy supplies and paper, and possibly maybe it's like 7 or 8 to be quite honest. But anyways, they're all pretty, they're all beautiful, and I actually still get enjoyment from them. So I think I might keep them. I've been trying to do lettering art on the iPad, and it, for the most part, it kind of works, and I can see where I could get better at it, but I don't get the same feedback in my fingers and like just that Zen moment as I do with paper. And I don't know if I'm just being resistant to change or I'm just old. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I do still love using a pointed pen and a nib and ink and putting it out on paper and making it pretty. So that's what I'm going to stick with for this year. I will make a decision like after this year when I do some more practice with the iPad to see if it makes a difference and I can actually do all of the pretty things that I can do with the pointed pen as I can do with the iPad. Actually, I take that back. I don't even know even if I could, and I don't know, it just feels different pushing on paper than it does the iPad. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, but the tactile experience is very different. So let's talk about Calligraphy 101. So first of all, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen each of those 5 days. So the first day, I'm going to teach you some basic strokes. That's really the only way to learn calligraphy is to learn the basic up and down strokes first. Once you get those down, we'll come back for lesson 2. And I know it's so painful. When I took the calligraphy class, I was like, I want to make pretty stuff. I don't want to do these lame, like up and down strokes, but it is really important. The second day, we're going to do lowercase letters. The third day, we are going to do uppercase letters. The fourth day, I'm going to show you how to connect those letters because there's like sort of an art to it. And then when you have 2 L's in a row, there's different rules for that. And mostly we're going to be concentrated on copperplate calligraphy. So there were 2 types of main like calligraphy back in the olden days, right? So there was Spencerian, which is the Americanized version of copperplate. I actually find Spencerian hideously ugly and repulsively unattractive. I don't know why. I just don't like it and I don't like doing it. The copperplate method was developed in England and it is much prettier. It's a little stuffier, so we might like change it up a little to make it look a little bit more modern, but definitely Spencerian is just terrible. So the fifth day, we're going to talk about where to go next, right? So, I think you could start talking about learning how to do flourishes. You could do illustrations. And again, that is not my strength. So I'm just going to tell you where to go. And I'm also going to talk about, some good calligraphy classes I've taken and some not so good calligraphy classes I've taken that I think you should avoid, and how to find a good calligraphy class or instructor or some inspiration for what you want to do next, and how to make your own font. So day 5 will just kind of be a wrap up of like where to go next if you really like it. And then also as a bonus, because I couldn't fit it into the 5 days, we're going to talk on day 6 about how to make money doing calligraphy, because I think, I don't make any money doing calligraphy. I still do everything for free. And that's mostly because, like I was saying, I find it really relaxing and enjoyable and very zen. And I did try it for a while to do wedding calligraphy, like charging for it. And I found it really stressful and it wasn't very happy. And I just didn't enjoy it anymore. And so, not everything you do has to be monetized. And I know that's really tough as an entrepreneur, or even not as an entrepreneur, just like being an adult. You're like, I have limited time. If I can't make money from it, is it even worth doing? And I get so many other benefits from it. Like I said, it's like more of my meditation, relaxing time. And it's something I like get really excited about and look forward to, and trying out new inks and colors without any, and it is hard to turn off that switch without any expectation that I will have a return on investment, right? Like, so this new color palette is $85. Do I really want it? Yeah, I do really want it. And, it's something I enjoy and something I like. I think everyone should have a hobby. I know that sometimes they say you should have a hobby that makes you money. Well, sure, maybe, but sometimes you can have a hobby that just makes you happy and brings you happiness. And so that's what calligraphy is for me. However, now that I've said all that, if you are someone who definitely is like, you know what, I love this so much that I would love to do this for a living, and I totally get that, we're going to spend all of day 6 talking about how to really make that a career and what different areas you can go into. Can you do chalkboards for restaurants? Should you do signage, or should you do logos for businesses? Should you just do wedding calligraphy? Like, there's so many cool things that you can do to make money as a calligrapher. So we're going to talk all about that on day 6. And again, it's like a bonus day, because I feel like just the calligraphy 101 is just learning the basics, so that then you can go out and be as happy as I am at doing calligraphy. So let's get into the next part of this, which is what supplies do you need for calligraphy 101? So you are going to need a calligraphy pen. So you are going to need so if you are left-handed, my recommendation is always to get the Moblique. You can get the Moblique on Amazon. You could get it on Paper and Ink Arts. I will leave a link to everything below, but this will easily switch from the one where if you're right-handed, you can use this flank pen. If not, most people use the pointed pen if they're left-handed. I'm not left-handed. I don't really understand the science of why they can't use a tilted a pen, but that's just the deal. These easily slip out. So this, I don't know if you can see this. I don't think the camera is going to focus it, but this nib right here will easily go back into this part, and then you can take this part off, and then it will just be a regular pointed pen for a lefty. The other thing you're going to need are nibs. Now, my favorite nibs are the Hunt 101 nibs. They are the ones that I learned on. They're the easiest to use. And quite honestly, I still use them when I do like high-end wedding invitations. So I don't think they're bad. I know that there are tons. You can watch videos where you'll see people going through and using tons of different nibs. The thing is, yes, different nibs produce different like effects. But if you're not really like someone who does that kind of style, you might not really like it as much. But definitely, you can try out different nibs, but I would recommend just doing the Hunt 101 while we go ahead and learn. Now, your nib, when it first comes, is not going to be able to be usable without some cleaning. So you're going to need some ammonia. Now, if you have pure ammonia, you can just put that on there. Or if you have Windex with ammonia, it's really important that you find Windex with ammonia, because I know ammonia has a bad rap now. I don't know why. It's a cleaning solvent. And so a lot of Windex now comes without ammonia. So don't get that. Get the one with ammonia, because it comes with like a coating on it and you won't be able to use it until you wipe that coating off. The second thing you're going to need is, I really like these little wood stands to hold your ink and these little plastic holders. You're going to need that because your Sumi ink is probably going to come in one of these big containers like this or this. You're not going to want to dip in there for two reasons. One, if it gets knocked over, which I'm very like, I do have to lock the cat out when I do calligraphy because it will just be a disaster. But also sometimes like you make mistakes, and I've knocked over entire things of ink, and there is nothing worse than trying to pick up Sumi ink. So that's really tough. So I will leave you links where to get some black Sumi ink. And the reason I say Sumi ink is I'm not even sure the science behind it. It just goes across the paper a little smoother than other paper. So that's definitely what you want. And then the second thing, or the third thing, I've lost track. Don't worry, I'll put it all down below for you. You're going to want to buy a Rhodia. So Rhodia paper has really, really nice, smooth, almost like silky paper. And the reason you need silky paper is because your nib is pointed. And if you have cheap paper, or you have paper that has linen, or the striations are different, or the way the wood lays, it's not going to work right. Your nib is going to get stuck on there. And that happens a lot too with, this happened to me with like clients when I really didn't know what I was doing, and I would just let them send me whatever envelope they thought was pretty. And a lot of them are not meant for calligraphy. They're meant for letterpress or for gold foiling or stamping, something else, and they just weren't very amenable to my calligraphy nib, and the ink would melt, not melt, it would like bleed out into weird like directions because of the fiber on the envelope. So the whole point is you need calligraphy paper, and I will leave a link to that below. There is also HP has some paper as well that works really great if you just want single sheets. However, the Rhodia one has grid lines in it, so you're going to want grid lines. And I know they have we're going to talk about the angles, so I'm going to show you how to make your own paper with those angles. And I'll also have some templates for you, so you can just print those out, and then you can, if you buy the HP paper and you have a printer, you can just print those out, and it already has the lines at the correct angle for you. I think that's really all you need. Oh, and distilled water. It's really important is to buy distilled water. So you don't want regular water, you want distilled water. It's because it has the regular water from the tap has like, you know, tons of junk in it. It has oxygen bubbles. I don't know. It's not going to work correctly. Trust me. So you're also going to want a big glass jar or something that's like a halfway height, and you're going to fill this up with the distilled water because that's what you're going to kind of rinse out your nib with in between. And then you want a big roll of paper towels because you don't want to ruin regular, I guess, towels that you have. And then also you're going to want some newspaper or something you can lay down around your work area, because trust me, you're going to drop ink, it's going to splotch around. That's just what happens. It's ink. So that's it. That's all you need. I will supply all of the other stuff. I will leave links to below. I'll try to get everything on Amazon, so you could just click buy it once, because I know I do all my shopping on Amazon. It's just so much easier. And I'm really excited for Calligraphy 101. That will start in February. And if you all you have to do is sign up for the product, the purchase prep list below, and then you'll get all of the information on those dates and automatically be enrolled in Calligraphy 101. All right, everyone. I hope everybody's having a fabulous, happy, wonderful day. And I can't wait to see you for Calligraphy 101 next month. Bye.